From the historic capital of open-wheel racing, Indianapolis, Indiana, it's USAC Unleashed. And now, stumping the loud pedal, ripping the lip, and letting her eat, here are your hosts, Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
Hey, USAC Unleashed Nation, here we are, Dirty Dan and the Photo Man for week number 2 of this awesome radio show. Photo Man, how you doing this week, brother?
Oh, man, I'm awesome this week. I'm down in Florida, brother.
Yeah, you've been rubbing it in, 75 and sweating your, off. But you know what?
Yep.
They're talking rain. You're going to have to tear all that stuff down in the mud, brother.
That'd be all right.
Bob, how you doing back there?
It's all good. We're having a great time, and it's USAC Unleashed.
That it is. Man, we got so much to talk about this week. The USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car Series obviously is kicking off in Ocala this week down at Bubba's Raceway Park. Obviously, Rich is down there, so we're going to be talking a lot about that. And we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about here in the opening segments. But our guests this week are Billy Cribbs, Billy Brickley, and John Stanbrough. So that's some good news. What do you think, Photo Man?
Man, it's a really cool show. I'm really excited, to get some micro guys on here, and then we get to cap it all off with the bro, John Stanbrough.
No doubt, man. We got to talk about that stash. So we'll see if we can talk to him about that deal and all kinds of cool stuff. That's a fact. But what are you doing down there, Rich? You got to Ocala last night. Real quick, what are you doing down there, man?
Yeah, we rolled in last night, and we got up, USAC early. We got up about 10 o'clock and rolled over there to the racetrack and started setting up some Jumbotron stuff and hanging banners and getting a lay of the land. And tomorrow we'll finish setting some stuff up and get ready for these guys to practice tomorrow night.
What's the track looking like?
Right now she's still kind of sealed up from their last race. They're kind of being precautious just in case we do get some rain. But, man, it looks like it's going to be a great one. That's for sure.
Now, I know you're fired up, man. You've been giving me a hard time about those, like we were saying earlier, about those temperatures and stuff down there. But what's it feel like to be away from all this snow?
Man, I tell you what, I never thought I'd be so happy to see sunny and 75.
Sunny and 75. That's a fact. Man, I want to give a big shout out to our buddies at Walker Race Promotions. We're going to be launching a website here in the next week or so. Photo Man's in charge of that, and I know he's going to get that taken care of when you get back from Ocala, correct, buddy?
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do on that. Me and Walker are working really close on that, and hopefully we'll be able to get that up just as soon as I can get back from Ocala.
That'll work, man. We've launched a bunch of new sponsors this week. We've also launched Pro Glide Coatings, and we'll talk a little more about them here coming up. And we also introduced Shell Shock helmet painting, and we'll talk a little more about them. They've got some pretty cool designs, things like that. So we've got a lot to talk about this week. We got a new promotion with Dirt Dog TV to talk about. The Dirt Dog Prize Vault that we're going to be talking about. So lots of stuff to cover on this show, Photo Man.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover this week, that's for sure.
That's a fact. But right now, we're going to get out of here to commercial, and we'll be right back with some more USAC Unleashed right after this.
Walker Racing Promotions is a public relations team determined to grow and expand your name in the world of racing while guiding your image and car to the top. We use multiple different techniques from press releases, social media pages, and websites to boom your team or company ahead of the rest. Whether it be your normal race team wanting a sponsorship proposal or full-blown touring series needing PR help, Walker Racing Promotions can cover it all. Head to walkerracingpromotion.com to learn more on how you can expand your PR program with Walker Racing Promotions.
If you're a gearhead, you probably go online to those hot rod superstores, drooling over the chrome and speed goodies until you find just the right item for your muscle car, tuner car, truck. But what do you do when it comes to fixing the mom mobile? If you're like most do-it-yourselfers, you head to the strip mall parts store and talk to the "Do you want fries with that?" kid behind the counter. Hold on, Bunky. Did you stop to think where those chain stores are getting the parts that you're installing in the vehicle that's used to transport your family everywhere? They get the cheapest suppliers they can find to sell you the parts at bargain prices. Their limited lifetime warranties? What a joke. Remember the last time Mom's car broke down? You heard about that one for weeks. Don't take that chance again. Excelsior Racing has the quality parts you need for your family vehicle. Parts that you can install knowing you're getting the best for your family. Excelsior Racing. Quality parts, personalized service, affordable pricing, fast to you direct. Excelsior Racing. Online at excelsiorracing.com or call 502-909-2034.
You hear that? That's the sound of America's only sports car. That's right, it's a Corvette. But not just any Corvette. It's your Corvette. It's that who cares if there's traffic part of your day. And this can be you when you come to Cooper Corvettes. With 60 years of Corvettes to choose from, there's always a Corvette in your budget. And they'll service any Corvette you bring in. Cooper Corvettes on Route 1 just north of Quantico and Triangle. Call, click, or visit CooperCorvettes.com.
And now, back to the guy who got thrown out of the pits for sneaking moonshine into the track in his fuel cell. It's Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
Man, that's not a true story. That Photo Man, that moonshine story in the fuel cell, that just ain't right, is it?
Man, I truly, fully believe it.
I know you do. We're going to have a talk with Bob about that stuff, man. At any rate, this is a segment in the show that's a little different from last week when you guys listened to the first episode. And we're going to use this as more of a roundtable segment and kind of go over some things that's happened since that launch of that first show. We're going to talk a little more about the sponsors. We're going to talk about the contest giveaways. We got some shout outs that we're going to give, and we might get to previewing this USAC season opener for the AMSOIL Sprint Car National Series if we got time. But anyway, Photo Man, let's start with you. Let's start with these sponsors and let's dig into them a little deeper. Let's start with Walker Race Promotions. Tell me what you got going on with Brian Walker at Walker Race Promotions and what they're doing for us and what we're doing for them.
Yeah, Brian Walker's he's a race promotion guy from out west there in the Oklahoma area, and he's going to come on and he's going to do our website. So him and I have been working together to kind of get the layout all set up, and hopefully we'll get us a good website out of it.
That we will. And now you shared a preview of the website with me earlier in the week, and we talked about it. And of course, we're getting all the I's dotted, T's crossed, and we're kind of dialing that in. Is there anything that you want to throw out there, kind of sneak peek behind the scenes, or try to build some interest in what we got going on with that website?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're going to have obviously our links to all our pages and to all our sponsor pages, and be able to link over to our show. And hopefully then come this summer we'll even get on to putting some pictures from the racetrack up on there.
That's going to be an awesome deal. I can't wait. Everybody, Rich Foreman Photos, with you being involved in this and us partnering up for this deal, it's pretty awesome. And the messages we get on Facebook and in our private accounts and things, it's going to be pretty cool. And I can't wait to start sharing some of those photos and some of that awesome work that you do, more so on the USAC Unleashed pages and the website and things like that. Now, we also signed another sponsor, Photo Man, and we signed ProGlide Coatings. And Chad at ProGlide's been pretty cool and worked with us a lot, but that's a pretty awesome product in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, Chad's a pretty awesome guy, and had a chance to do some design work for him for his Facebook page and stuff like that. And it sounds like me and him are going to be doing some more work together, and just it's a really neat deal to have Chad come on the show.
That it is, and I'll tell you, you did design the logo for ProGlide Coatings. Let's throw that out there. And Bob, I know you've had some interest in the ProGlide Coatings. What is it that you're wanting to use the product for?
Well, the interesting thing is, I was after you and I talked about it, and I went on ProGlide's website. The technology is absolutely incredible. Coming to the automotive industry from the medical industry, but this looks to me to be one of the best, if not the best, friction-reducing coatings that is out there. You can use it on your transmission gears, your rear-end gears, your cams, your cranks, your piston skirts, pretty much anything, cam followers, pretty much anything that has to do with two pieces of metal going together on your rings. And the coating is microns thick, so you don't have to figure it into clearances. And it's just it's an incredible product, and we're really excited. We're going to be using it in the motors that are going in the Scorpion Radio Group, Scorpion Racing GT Light Honda CRX this coming season. So I'm very excited about it.
We'll have to find out what you think about the product and some real-world testing. I know the people that I've talked to, that have used it and are getting ready. Of course, Darren Clayton in the sprint cars is under the ProGlide sponsorship this year, so it's going to be pretty cool to see how it works. We also signed Shell Shock custom helmets or Shell Shock painting. Noah Ennis, he's a pretty good friend of mine, and the awesome paint work that he does. Rich, you're an artiste when it comes to your photos and things. What do you think about some of the stuff Noah does at Shell Shock?
Man, some of the stuff that Noah does is fantastic. And, I mean, a guy like me, I'll spend hours looking through his helmets, almost sometimes just drawing inspiration for my stuff.
He does do some awesome. Some of the paint jobs that he comes up with, I don't know where he gets them at. I know after Kevin Oldham has done that for a while, the open face helmets and bandana and stuff. But did you get a chance to see the helmet he done for Joey Saldana as a tribute to that, to the old school open face helmet, bandana, goggles?
Yeah, that's a really cool helmet, and the work he does is just impeccable on those things.
It is, man. And I know Joey parked it with wearing that helmet, so that's pretty cool. And you can find information. We've been releasing some video commercials on the USAC Unleashed Facebook page. So you can find information on all these companies, contact info, websites, phone numbers, and all that. And we encourage you to at least pay their Facebook pages a visit, give them a like, let them know that the USAC Unleashed radio show sent you there, and show them a little bit of love, and hell, order their products, man. They're all good products. All of them have good products. That's a fact. Photo Man, we have a pretty cool deal with Dirt Dog TV lined up with our Dirt Dog race gear, and it's called the Dirt Dog USAC Unleashed Prize Vault. And this prize vault can only be accessed. You will only find the combination to this prize vault on the USAC Unleashed radio page. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to post the link when we archive the show each week. And in that thread is where you'll put the combination that will say sometime throughout this show, you'll post the combination to that prize vault in that thread, and all the correct answers, we will randomly draw a winner. All the rules are over there on the Facebook page. But right now, we're going to announce that combination to the Dirt Dog Prize Vault right now, Rich. We're going to do it right now, and I understand that you have the combination to the vault this week.
I do. Let me crack open this envelope here and get these digits out for us. Here is the combination for week 1. Combination is 9828.
9828 is the combination to the Dirt Dog USAC Unleashed Prize Vault. Inside that vault, you're going to find a $25 DirtDogGear.com gift card that you can use towards the purchase of hopefully multiple items from the site. But at any rate, you got $25 free dollars. So when you see the link for the archive show on the USAC Unleashed Radio Facebook page, go to that link, enter the combination 9828, and all the correct responses will randomly draw a winner, get you in contact, and get you all the information you need to claim that gift certificate from DirtDogGear.com. Thank you, Dirt Dog. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all you're doing to shout us out. Now, we spent that almost the whole 10 minutes there, Photo Man, on promoting our sponsor partners, which is not a bad thing, but, we didn't really get a chance to talk about a whole lot. But do you have any shout-outs or any mentions that you want to go through right now?
Man, I tell you what, isn't that awesome how many sponsors we got? I mean, that is just amazing. I love it. I love all our sponsors, and I think it's going to be a really good deal. And, I think we're going to be doing really good in the future.
I think we will, too. We still got plenty of room, and any information, anybody wants to jump on board with us, if we understand that it's more than a 30 or 60-second advertisement and followed up by an invoice, that's not what we want. We want partners. We want to cross-promote. We want to grow your business. We want to grow this radio show. So if you want to jump on board, send us a message to usacanleashed@gmail.com. Real quick, Photo Man, I'm going to roll through some shout-outs here. And one of the notes that we need to look for heading into Ocala for the season opener is Double D, the People's Champ, Dave Darlin, is only 5 wins away from tying Tom Bigelow's all-time national sprint car win total of 52. Man, that's a big deal. Want to give a big shout-out to the fans of Rolly Bill, the 1973 USAC sprint car champion. He run around in that number 3 rodeo bar special. He passed away this week, and so kind of a moment of a silence for that, and respect, major respect for him. He was loved by many and all. And before we get out of here and head to commercial, big shout out to Dale Petts, Blaine Culp and Gary McGuire for winning the Christopher Bell swag on last week's show. With that, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back with Billy Cribbs right after this on the USAC Unleashed radio show.
If you're a gearhead, you probably go online to those hot rod superstores, drooling over the chrome and speed goodies until you find just the right item for your muscle car, tuner car, truck. But what do you do when it comes to fixing the mom mobile? If you're like most do-it-yourselfers, you head to the strip mall parts store and talk to the "Do you want fries with that?" kid behind the counter. Hold on, Bunky. Did you stop to think where those chain stores are getting the parts that you're installing in the vehicle that's used to transport your family everywhere? They get the cheapest suppliers they can find to sell you the parts at bargain prices. Their limited lifetime warranties? What a joke. Remember the last time Mom's car broke down? You heard about that one for weeks. Don't take that chance again. Excelsior Racing has the quality parts you need for your family vehicle. Parts that you can install knowing you're getting the best for your family. Excelsior Racing. Quality parts, personalized service, affordable pricing, fast to you direct. Excelsior Racing. Online at excelsiorracing.com or call 502-909-2034.
Hey, racers. You know the amount of time and effort you put in at the shop getting your bullet ready to do battle is huge. Shouldn't the way you look when you climb out of that sick-looking ride in Victory Lane be just as important? Well, hell yeah, it should. Turn Noah's Shell Shock Custom Helmet Painting loose on a custom lid designed just for you. Join the Shell Shock list of racers like Ryan Briscoe, Joey Saldana, Christopher Bell, Matt Crafton, Bud Kading, Dominic Selzy, Kenny Rutz, Spud Allen, Joey Coulter, and many, many more. Go to www.shellshockpaint.com or give them a call at 704-929-8545 and join the Shell Shock list of champions today. Follow Shell Shock on Twitter at Shell Shock Co. and be sure to check out the full Shell Shock gallery on Facebook at Shell Shock. And remember, only the best wear the SS.
And now, back to the guy that gets his jollies from racing R Factor because actually getting into a race car scares the living hell out of him. It's the Photo Man and Dirty Dan.
That's a fact. Them race cars scare the hell out of the Photo Man. That's why he races R Factor. Isn't that right, Photo Man?
That's it. I'm way too scared to jump in a real one.
There you go. All right, let's jump into this next interview, man. This first interview of the night of the second episode of the USAC Unleashed radio show. I'm kind of excited to not kind of, I'm a whole lot excited about talking to this cat. I want to get to know who he is. Photo Man, I know you're high on the hog on him, so I want to know what's going on. I feel out of the loop. But Billy Cribbs, how are you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Muncie, Indiana.
Billy, it's Rich here. How's school going?
It's going pretty well. I'm looking forward to college next year, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear you got some pretty cool news on where you're going to be attending school next year. Why don't you tell everybody where you're going to be going?
Right now, I'm going to Indiana University in Bloomington.
That's pretty cool. I know a lot of Hoosier fans in the state of Indiana are going to be happy to hear that. So, Billy, let's talk about this last season up there at Plymouth Speedway. How'd your year go up there for you?
It was an outstanding year. It's definitely the best I've had in micros, and probably the best overall year that I've ever had in my racing career.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about how many wins did you pick up there this last year?
4 USAC points wins, but I got 2 more in this. Picked up 2 in one night after the season was over, so a total of 6. That's
great. I know you've been racing really hard, and it's good to see you get some really good recognition out of that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun, and the USAC banquet by far was probably the coolest thing I've ever been to. The whole thing was just absolutely amazing, and for me to be able to go there after just the opening season, really, for dirt at Plymouth Speedway, for me to be able to go there, it was just outstanding. I loved every second of it.
Now, Billy, I was talking to somebody out in Pennsylvania earlier today, and they brought up the USAC banquet and how cool it was, and it was the first time that they ever got to go. You want to expand on that a little bit and tell us what the USAC banquet's like and you know what it was that had you so excited, what it is they do?
Oh, yeah. It was down in the Indiana Roof Ballroom in Indianapolis, and it's just, as soon as you walk in, you can tell that they've done this before and they know what they're doing. I mean, they've got signs up, drivers' names on it. They've got tables. It's kind of like a low-light atmosphere, so it makes you feel like really at home. And you just see all the other drivers around and just feel that you're in a place with a lot of good drivers, with a lot of experience and a lot of talent.
That's a fact. There's a lot of talent in that room. That's for sure. A lot of history too. Now, I was reading through your personal information in your bio, and I see that you go to Delta High School. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
You know, that's my alma mater.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, you know. So, well, I won't give you the year, but yeah, I was a Delta Eagle. I played football and things. But do you play football or wrestle? Delta was always a wrestling school when I was in high school there. Is it still that way?
Oh, no, it's not a wrestling school anymore. They've gone all football.
All football?
Yeah.
Do you play football?
I played my freshman year, but I got a slight shoulder injury, and I just decided that football wasn't worth it, and I wanted to race more than I wanted to play football.
Let's talk about that, Billy. With college and everything next year, what are your race plans looking like for this coming season?
I want to defend my title. I want to go back to Plymouth Speedway if they're running USAC points again, and I want to go back, and it's my dream to defend my title, get 2 back-to-back. But I don't know about college. I'm pretty sure I start August 20th back to college. I don't know when Plymouth Speedway wraps up, but if I have to drive all the way up to Plymouth from Bloomington, I'm going to do it.
That's awesome, man. I know you've been running really hard, and I'm looking really forward to that. Let's talk about what kind of car you got.
It's a concept chassis.
And what kind of power plant you get under that hood?
It's a 636cc Yamaha engine, but we have Shively Racing engines that builds our engines for us.
Awesome. And who are some of the people that help you out on that? And kind of give a big shout out to some of the people that help you and keep you going in racing.
Oh gosh, my biggest shout out has got to be my dad. He's the maintenance guy on the car week to week. I mean, he takes care of everything. He takes care of me. My uncle also, just being extra hands at the track. And all the guys at Concept Chassis, Rodney Staley, Dawson, his son, any of them there, they're such great guys. They're awesome to work with. They're fun to be around. And if you ever need any help, they're always right there for you.
Now, any shout-outs, Billy? You know, you mentioned sponsors and things there. Is that everybody that's writing the checks, or you got anybody else on top of that?
Actually, I've got G&G Oil that supplies us with some racing fuel, but otherwise I am fairly well unsponsored.
And how do people get a hold of you if they want to write you some checks and get you some of that money, my man?
Oh, I'd love that, certainly. You can get a hold of me through my email at billythekid16@gmail.com. I've got Twitter. I'm at billycrib16. And, of course, Facebook is always there.
All right, Billy, we've run up against that thing called a clock, and Bob will strangle me for saying that, you know. But at any rate, man, we hope to catch up with you this season. You be safe, and you keep at least 3 on the ground, and we'll talk to you later this season, all right?
All right, man, sounds good.
All right, there you have it, Billy Cribbs out of Muncie, Indiana, and we'll be right back after this commercial.
Got a high-performance racing engine? Then you know pushing these engines to the limit often sacrifices reliability. ProGlide Coatings will let your oil do its job to the best of its ability. By reducing friction on the rotating assembly in your engine, reliability can be restored. Applying ProGlide Coatings to internal parts, main and rod bearings, cranks, cams, pistons, rings, and even cylinders will improve reliability as well as add unimaginable performance. Reducing metal-to-metal contact with ProGlide Coatings can have profound results, making your engine not only perform better, but give you or your engine builder peace of mind. For more information about these or our industrial applications, go to www.proglidecoatings.com or to call at 570-204-2544.
On the air, you may know me as the man about motorsports. Actually, I've been the man about insurance for over 30 years. With one call, I can cover your life, health, auto, home, and business insurance. Recently, I saved a young couple over $500 on their annual car insurance bill. no gimmicks, and no green lizard. So if you think your insurer is really your good neighbor who is on your side because he is holding your money in his good hands, think again. Call me, 703-631-8000. I have dozens of insurance companies waiting to give you the protection you need and deserve. It may take more than 15 minutes, but you'll receive sound advice, quality professional service, and an honest opinion. That number again, 703-631-8000. Ask for Larry O.
Ever hire, never quit. Lofty goals in this age of shoddy quality, corporate indifference, and built-in obsolescence. It's a beacon of light in a crowded field of mediocrity. The way a company is run is an indication of how you, the customer, is going to be treated. You have a lot of choices when you're searching for auto and performance parts online and at the corner parts store. So why should you buy from Excelsior Racing? Because they're simply the best online parts supplier in the business. If you're looking for selection, ease of ordering, cost, and prompt delivery, look no further. If you have a question, our customer service hotline, staffed by knowledgeable gearheads like you, will ensure that you get what you need to fix or mod your car or truck. With 1,000 suppliers, you're guaranteed to get what you need. First time, every time. Excelsior Racing. Excellence on the track. Excellence on the road. Excellence in customer service. Online at excelsiorracing.com or call 502-909-2034.
And now, back to the guy that got thrown out of the track for hiring topless dancers to dance on the starter stand mid-race. And that caused a 30-car big one. It's Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
Won't you take me to Funky Town? Man, I love to go to Skate Away Skate Rink and skate to that song back in the day, Photo Man.
Yeah, I bet you were really good on the roller skates.
I was, man. I was a speed racer on roller skates back in the day, man. I'm serious. Skate Away. It was an awesome deal.
Probably more like a derby queen.
Ha ha! Okay, remember that, man. You'll be back in Indiana before long. But right now, we have a pretty good friend of mine on the phone with us, and I want to get him introduced to you so we can talk to him. My man, Billy Brickley out of Illinois. How you doing tonight, Billy?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, I had planned to come over to DuQuoin and see you last weekend, but, you know, that didn't work out.
Yeah, unfortunately, weather got us again, and I guess that's the way it is this year. It's been a rough year, but at least we got a little racing in this winter, and hopefully we can get another one in here in the end of March.
That'll work, man. We'll talk about some of that stuff here in a minute, but we're going to back it up here, and you know how I'm always jumping the gun and getting the cart before the horse, and you know all those fancy sayings, Billy. But who are you? Where you from? And what do you race, brother?
Billy Brickley. Go by Buckshot is what everybody calls me. From Galesburg, Illinois, and we run the Lightning Sprint Series with the Illinois Lightning Sprints. Just a good group. It's affordable racing. That's all we can do right now.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about the Illinois Lightning Sprint Car Series. When I was On the Cushion, we were going to do some stuff, and you know things come up. But we plan on here at USAC Unleashed, you being one of the feeder series that we're following this year. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we're a series that's grown by a lot here in the last few years. It's pretty small. I think it was a few, like 8 or 9 guys. And when I joined with them, we jumped up to about 15 cars at a local track. And it was a big modified late model track, so we were the outcasts. And we weren't real liked, but we put on a good show, and we got things going. And we've been growing every year since. And this year, I think it's going to be our biggest year. We got 28 races, I believe, through maybe 6 tracks throughout the state of Illinois. We got one possibly in Indiana, one up in Wisconsin possibly. So things are getting real big. We got a huge point fund for us little cars, and things are looking even better every year.
Now, you guys have a major series sponsor, right?
Yeah, we got Speedway Motors. They just signed on again for another 2 years, and they actually liked what we're doing. I think we're selling some of the most catalogs, not selling, but giving out most of the catalogs out of any of the bigger series. So they like what we got going on, and they decided to bring us on for another 2 more years.
You guys got a hell of a program going on with that series, that's for sure. And I know you guys got a Facebook page, the Illinois Lightning Sprint Car Series, or Sprints on Facebook. Is there a website where people can find out about this?
Yeah, it's IllinoisLightningsprintSeries.com. Everything's updated weekly on there, so points, everything like that will be on there. So,
all right, now you're going to have to tell Roger that you get I don't know, a free extra 2 horsepower or a different right rear or something for all the promotion you've done on the show tonight.
Yeah, if anything, they want to give me less.
There you go. Let's talk about you, man. Let's get it on focus back on you, Billy. Buckshot. Let's talk about the shootout, Tulsa Shootout. I know that's one of the events that you really look forward to. You just got home from there. Tell me about what happened.
Yeah, we were really looking forward to it this year. It's going to be our second year there, and didn't quite go as planned. We got taken out in our heat race. Just kind of one of those racing deals. Slid up a little bit too high, I think, and the guy was trying to get around us on the outside and just tapped us and sent us to the infield, but we recovered from it in the qualifier and just missed the A main by 1 spot and had to go to the B, but we started on the pole in the B main and walked away with it. And sitting there getting ready to go out for the A main, had a good setup in the car. Chassis builder helped me out with a little bit of it. And I was feeling pretty confident. I think we were starting 16th or something, but watched Frank Flood in that race before, and he did it, so I figured why not? We could do it too. And getting ready to go on the track, and the tie rod broke off. So didn't even get to take green flag lap, but that's the way it is sometimes with racing. You just take them and go with it.
Now, let's talk about some of the things you do. Do you run with the wing much with what you guys do, or are you just running non-wing stuff in the mini sprints?
We were majority wing class, and then just recently here in the last few years, they've put more and more non-wing stuff in there, and now we're pretty much 50-50 wing and non-wing. I prefer wing. I think I'm better at it, but I like the non-wing stuff too. It's fun, more up on the steering wheel, and gives everybody else more of a chance. And from what I've heard from the fans' perspective, is it's a lot better racing.
There you go. What do you like? What's your perspective? I mean, you told me what the fans' perspective is, but you like wing or not non-wing?
I prefer wing all day. I'm a lot better at it, I think, and I don't know. I used to like non-wing in the 600, but in this car, I don't like it so much. I think it's just because I've struggled with the setup. But at Tulsa, I got a real good setup now, and I think we're going to improve off of that, so I might start liking it again.
What's some of the your favorite local tracks that you're running with that mini sprint, Billy?
I like Peoria Speedway. That was where we were at every week the last 2 years, and we're only going to be there twice this year, but we just started running Macon, and I love that track. We ran there one time, and, man, that was fast, wide open on the top, and I can't wait to get there with a wing this year. I think it's going to be a blast, but I don't really care. As long as it's a dirt track and I can go and run circles, I like it.
Dirt, but definitely. What's your favorite style of dirt track? Dry slick? You like it hammered down fast? What do you prefer?
I like it rough and tacky. That's my kind of style, just rough as can be and going through the bumps, and whoever's got the biggest balls wins, I guess.
There you go. Hammer down and go. What's some of the biggest differences between the wing and non-wing on these local tracks? Is there, on some of these tracks that you run, is there, you think the non-wing setup is better or the wing setup at certain tracks?
If you ask our top guys, they'll tell you that most of them don't change a thing when we take the wings off. These cars are so good and they're set up so well that you can just take the wing off and go race non-wing and not change a thing and go out there and win. They're just that close. We do a few things. Like this year, I think I'm going to change it up a little bit, but not much. But, yeah, you can go from wing to non-wing, no problem at any track. Just change the gear and you're good to go.
So what's the future, Billy? What's the ultimate goal? Are is it sprint cars? Is it midgets? Is it NASCAR? Where is it that you want to be? Let's look 5 years down the road.
I'd love to be in a sprint car for sure. That's the big goal. Is I want to get in a sprint car. At least say I did it one time, but ultimately I'd love to run every week in a sprint car and 3 days a week if I could. But you never know. Things can happen.
That'd be the dream, man. That'd be living the dream. I want to ask you. Let's talk about these tracks that the mini sprints and stuff run on over there in Illinois. Is there any that presents certain challenges like lighting in the dark? It just little things with the tracks. Is there one that's more challenging than another?
No, not really. There are tracks with our cars as small as we are. We're basically a midget chassis. We're cut down, I think, 4 inches from a midget. So we're real close to a midget, but the only thing that gets us is we run in Illinois, open wheel racing is not big. So we're running on late models, modified tracks, and the modifieds tend to go out there and tear it up and run it up a little bit, and that can be a problem, but usually if you got a late model class there, you're okay. There's a track up in Wisconsin we run at sometimes, And if they don't have sprint cars, you're in trouble because it's going to be super tacky and pretty rough. But other than that, they're usually pretty good. We don't have any problems.
Now, you and I do some iRacing together, and we race in another radio shows league that I do. And we have a ton of fun doing that. But you race much R-Factor?
Yeah, actually, R-Factor was all I raced until you got me on iRacing, and then I haven't been back racing R-Factor. I've been on iRacing all day waiting for our league tonight, but I just got a wheel not too long ago, and I've been struggling on R-Factor with it. I don't know why. So I haven't kind of gone back, and I've gotten real hooked on iRacing. I don't know why. It's asphalt, but I'm loving it. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. Competition's close, and I think it's run a little bit better than R-Factor. R-Factor is fun, though, because it's dirt, but right now I'm doing iRacing.
I don't know how much fun tonight's league race is going to be, man. We're at Martinsville in those trucks, so it's not.
We'll have about 5 green flag laps and the rest caution.
I think so, man. Photo Man ditched us tonight for the league. You know, he's down there in Ocala. So, so we're not going to get to run. We'll have to get together on R-Factor, though, and maybe see about putting a USAC Unleashed league together on R-Factor, but Photo Man's going to have to take care of that for us. Billy, who's writing the checks and making it happen for you, brother?
Pretty much me, you know. I fund it day to day. Comes out of my pocket, so I like it better that way. It kind of makes you take care of the car more when you're out there racing. You know that you can't go home and tear it up because you're not going to be able to fix it and come out next week. Not saying that I wouldn't like some funding, but I think it makes you a better racer. You learn what not to do and not push a car. Grandpa helps out a lot. He's been our big backing for getting the cars and getting us going. And without him, we wouldn't be able to be where we're at today. But other than that, you know, it's just us, just funding ourselves.
Now, if somebody wants to throw you some big-time money, how do they get a hold of you, Billy?
There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. Facebook, just add my personal page. You know, I'm always down for adding more friends. We've got a Facebook page for Buckshot Racing. I think if you type in Buckshot Racing 00 after Facebook.com, it'll pop right up to it. Those are 2 easiest ways to get a hold of me. You can email me at buckshotsignandlettering.com. That's my personal email. But those are the easiest ways to get a hold of me.
That'll work. All right, Billy, we've run out of time in this interview slot, but you know damn well that we're going to have you on the show as the season progresses here, and I'm going to personally come over and watch you race. Like I said, you know, we was going to get over there last weekend. It didn't happen. We'll get over there in March, and I know you and I have got some things planned out for that. So tell Austin I said hey, and we'll catch up with you again later this season. Yeah, man.
We'll be glad to be on here anytime you want us, and I hope you can make it over. I think in August we got a race at US 24 over there in Photo Man's home country, so maybe you guys can come over for that one. I'll definitely try to make that.
That'll work. All right, Billy, thanks a lot, and we're going to be right back after this commercial with John Stanbrough, and we're going to talk about the stash. Be right back right after this.
Walker Racing Promotions is a public relations team determined to grow and expand your name in the world of racing while guiding your image and car to the top. We use multiple different techniques from press releases, social media pages, and websites to boom your team or company ahead of the rest. Whether it be your normal race team wanting a sponsorship proposal or full-blown touring series needing PR help, Walker Racing Promotions can cover it all. Head to WalkerRacingPromotion.com to learn more on how you can expand your PR program with Walker Racing Promotions.
If you're a gearhead, you probably go online to those hot rod superstores, drooling over the chrome and speed goodies until you find just the right item for your muscle car, tuner car, truck. But what do you do when it comes to fixing the mom mobile? If you're like most do-it-yourselfers, you head to the strip mall part store and talk to the "Do you want fries with that?" kid behind the counter. Hold on, Bunky. Did you stop to think where those chain stores are getting the parts that you're installing in the vehicle that's used to transport your family everywhere? They get the cheapest suppliers they can find to sell you the parts at bargain prices. They're limited lifetime warranties. What a joke. Remember the last time Mom's car broke down? You heard about that one for weeks. Don't take that chance again. Excelsior Racing has the quality parts you need for your family vehicle. Parts that you can install knowing you're getting the best for your family. Excelsior Racing. Quality parts, personalized service, affordable pricing, fast to you direct. Excelsior Racing. Online at excelsiorracing.com or call 502-909-2034.
Hi, I'm Mickey for Bed Bug Detection Services. Bed Bug Detection Services rescues dogs from the Humane Society and the SPCA, then trains them at the Florida Canine Academy. We then pair them up with a handler where they will spend the rest of their lives in a happy family home working in the community. We want to rescue our second dog, but we cannot do it without your help. We are fundraising to bring home our next canine. Please go to bbds.us, that's bbds.us, and do your part in helping us rescue another dog. bbds.us will give life, home, and a meaning to another dog. bbds.us. With every donation, you will receive a signed postcard from our current bed bug detection dog rescue, Lily. Go to bbds.us. And thank you.
Everybody get up. And now, back to the guy who brags how long his lens is to his girlfriends. Photo man, we know there's no such thing as a 9-inch zoom. And then, well, there's Dirty Dan.
He's got everybody convinced there's a 9-inch zoom, and he has one, don't you, Photo Man?
Yeah.
Just yeah. Laying down there in the sun in Ocala. I'll tell you what, this next guest, he's on his way down to Ocala to you, Photo Man.
Yeah, I heard that.
All right, and here he is. We got John Stanbrough on the phone with us. How you doing tonight, John?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You know, we know you're driving down the highway, so we don't want to cause any big wrecks or anything. Are you focused and ready for this?
I sure am.
And now, you know, you don't have your helmet on, do you? Because, you know, you're one intimidating son of a gun when you put that helmet on and strap into the car.
No, actually, I don't. It's funny that you asked that, but my helmet, I hope, will be there Thursday. It's coming from Texas, from Simpson, so hopefully it'll show up down there Thursday when it's time to race.
Now, that kind of stuff, John, has to drive you nuts, don't it? I mean, it's just the little things like that. Does it bother you? Do you think about it? You know, you're on your way from Indiana to Ocala, Florida for the season opener, but yet your equipment bag's not with you. And I know as a racer, that's pretty important, you know, for a racer and to be comfortable knowing where your equipment's at.
Yeah, it bothered me a little bit when I first knew it wasn't ready, but I know it'll be there, and I've got everything else with me, and I've got a backup helmet just in case. But you know, it seems like trying to get the team ready. You know, I've been involved with it quite a bit this year, probably more so than any other time in the last few years, and it's a lot of work. You know, just trying to put sponsors together and help out with whatever I can help out with as far as, you know, parts and pieces that I can fabricate in my shop. And, you know, the helmet was just something else that was part of that part of it, just trying to put it all together. And, but, you know, as much as you try to think ahead and try to get everything done as quickly as possible, things don't always go the way you want them to.
That is true. Well, let's back up there for a minute, John, because you have had some big news over the winter here. You're with a new team, new car, things like that. So tell us a little bit about what you got going on this year.
Well, I'm with Mike Dutcher Motorsports this year, and Mike and I have raced in the past. If my memory's correct, 2009 was the last time we raced together. We ran out west at Paris and Tulare, and actually won the last race that we ran together. And, you know, just Mike and I become really good friends, and have tried, you know, over the past several years to try to put something together where we could run a full season together, but just never could put a sponsorships package together that would, you know, enable us to do it. And this year, actually toward the end of last year, I was able to secure a sponsor, and Mike was able to secure one, and we got the deal put together. And then once we knew the deal was going together, I continued, and so did Mike. We both continued to keep working, trying to get more sponsorship, and I was able to get a lot of product sponsor and you know, a little bit more financial sponsorship here and there. And so we were able to put the whole deal together, you know, and I don't want to say all the sponsors. I'd like to, but if I did that, I'm sure it'd take up the rest of the program time because we put a lot of them together.
Yeah, now, John, you know, with you working with Mike, you know, how important it is with your relationship with Mike, to really get off on a good foot. And, everybody I think is pretty worried about you two guys getting together and taking over the series. How's that going to be working with Mike this year?
I think it'll be great, really. Like I said, we've been friends for a long time. I hope we can take off right where we finished off last time we raced together. Like I said, we won, and I know when you come into a new team, especially if you don't know everybody, I know one of the things that I think about is, do these guys know what they're doing? Is all the bolts and nuts going to stay tight? All the wheels going to stay on the car? Is the motor going to run? And there's no doubt in my mind of any of those things. I'm really confident in Mike's ability to put a car together and keep it together and the thing be fast as well.
Now, John, I want to talk to you about something here, because there was something that happened last year, and you raised a lot of money doing it. But people, other racers and fans, they say when you're standing at the back of the trailer with your stash, and that you're one of the most intimidating guys that there is standing there. Do you have anything to say about that?
I've heard that. I don't know that I do that intentionally, but I guess when I get to the racetrack, the reason people would say that is because I'm really focused on what I'm doing. And I've had people tell me, that they spoke to me at the racetrack and I could be looking right in their direction. I'm so focused on what I'm doing that I don't even realize that someone spoke to me. And, I apologized more than once for not speaking to someone because of that. But, maybe that's where that comes from.
Now, John, this year at the Kokomo Smackdown on the Kick It for Cancer tournament, there were some guys that raised some money to shave that stash off, wasn't there?
Yeah, yep, they sure did. And, I really didn't think too much about it, but once I got up there, people started bidding, and the bids kept getting higher and higher. It was for a good cause, and, I was glad I could do it.
Now, we heard that the money was just coming in, up there, that the money was just coming in hand over fist, and that, people were shaving their heads, and you got a whole thing started there. But I also heard that maybe a mustache necklace had showed up in the mail at one time or another.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've had some different people send me different things, mustache kits and all kinds of stuff like that. But I don't know. That didn't happen. But
I have to tell you, Chase Briscoe is the one that wanted me to ask you the mustache questions and talk to you about that. So next time you see Chase, you'll have to take it up with him. What do you think?
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm sure I'll see him midsummer sometime.
I bet you will. All right, let's get focused on Ocala, John. You're obviously, like we said, you're driving down the road tonight. You're on your way there for the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car opener. What's some of the things going through your mind with this new team? And how do you think, are you picturing how the race is going to play out, or are you at that point yet?
You really can't do that in the sprint car. You can't try to plan ahead or anything. I mean, I'm just right now thinking about getting there. Hopefully we'll be there, early tomorrow morning, and want to get in the car and practice and make sure it's all good. And then once we do that, Thursday will be a new day, and we'll just go and start over and hope we race good and hope things go good. And, there's just, in the world of sprint car racing, the world that I've been in or exposed to, there's no planning. You can think about it all you want, but it'll never go the way you plan for it or think that it's supposed to go.
Now, John, I was lucky enough that off your 2012 car, and I hold this dearly. It's a prized possession of mine, but I was lucky enough to get the hood off of it, and I got the one that had the metal brace on the right-hand side because it was cracked off the 21 car, the Lear car. And one of these times this summer, I'm going to have to get you to autograph that. But I'll tell you, man, I look at that hood, and I think back, on some of the things that you have accomplished. And like you said with the sponsors, if we started rambling off your list of accomplishments in a sprint car, I mean, we'd be here all night. Is there any one thing throughout your career to this point that really stands out at the forefront of your mind?
I've been asked that question a lot, and it's really hard for me at this point, still in my career and still trying to accomplish more, for me to pinpoint any one thing. Everything that, I've been able to accomplish right now has been, to me, it's been something great. I feel very fortunate that I've been able to do this for a living. And, one of the things that was brought up to me just maybe a few weeks ago from one of the guys at USAC was that, right now we're, I think, third on the list of active drivers as far as wins. And, there's a good possibility that I could be right up there at the very top of the list of all-time winners in the sprint car division. So, that's something that's crossed my mind. But I think the most important thing for me to think about and focus on is to try to go out there and do good, stay out of trouble, and obviously try to win as many races as I can. And, and if we do that, then the championship will come. But I don't want to get too wrapped up in that championship, because when you start thinking about that, I know for myself, it seems like I, might not race as hard as I should if I'm thinking about that. So I just want to make sure I go out and try to win races, and all the rest of it will, it'll fall into place if it's meant to be.
That's the truth. John, we've run out of time for this interview, but I want to extend the door to you to come onto the show at any time throughout this season, and for sure we're going to talk to you, again in maybe in longer length and greater detail. But you have a safe trip, and we look forward to seeing you down there at Ocala this week. Okay, thanks for having me on, and everybody look for the MPE Environmental 37 Griffin Propane Indiana Underground car this weekend, and hopefully we'll be up front, maybe in the winner's circle as well. That'll work. All right, that was John Stanbrough. He's on his way down to Ocala for the USAC season opener, and we'll be right back right after this commercial.
Got a high-performance racing engine? Then pushing these engines to the limit often sacrifices reliability. ProGlide Coatings will let your oil do its job to the best of its ability. By reducing friction on the rotating assembly in your engine, reliability can be restored. Applying ProGlide Coatings to internal parts, main and rod bearings, cranks, cams, pistons, rings, and even cylinders will improve reliability as well as add unimaginable performance. Reducing metal-to-metal contact with ProGlide Coatings can have profound results, making your engine not only perform better, but give you or your engine builder peace of mind. For more information about these or our industrial applications, go to www.proglidecoatings.com or to call at 570-204-2544.
Hi, I'm Mickey for Bed Bug Detection Services. Bed Bug Detection Services rescues dogs from the Humane Society and the SPCA, then trains them at the Florida Canine Academy. We then pair them up with a handler where they will spend the rest of their lives in a happy family home working in the community. We want to rescue our second dog, but we cannot do it without your help. We are fundraising to bring home our next canine. Please go to bbds.us, that's bbds.us, and do your part in helping us rescue another dog. bbds.us will give life, home, and a meaning to another dog. bbds.us. With every donation, you will receive a signed postcard from our current bed bug detection dog rescue, Lily. Go to bbds.us. And thank you.
Shopping around for your racing gear, driving from store to store only to find they don't have what you want? Barter's Racing Collectibles on Black Gap Road in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania has it all. The hottest NASCAR, IRL, and NHRA diecast, t-shirts, jackets, flags, and more. Everything racing. Stop by or check out their website, www.partnersracing.com, or call 717-352-2782. You'll be surprised at the selection, prices, and friendly client service. UPS, FedEx, and USPS shipping available. Farners Racing Collectibles. www.farnersracing.com or call 717-352-2787. Farners Racing Collectibles, where racing comes alive.
Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit. Make a plan. Be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
If you're a gearhead, you probably go online to those hot rod superstores, drooling over the chrome and speed goodies until you find just the right item for your muscle car, tuner car, truck. But what do you do when it comes to fixing the mom mobile? If you're like most do-it-yourselfers, you head to the strip mall parts store and talk to the "Do you want fries with that?" kid behind the counter. Hold on, Bunky. Did you stop to think where those chain stores are getting the parts that you're installing in the vehicle that's used to transport your family everywhere? They get the cheapest suppliers they can find to sell you the parts at bargain prices. Their limited lifetime warranties? What a joke. Remember the last time Mom's car broke down? You heard about that one for weeks. Don't take that chance again. Excelsior Racing has the quality parts you need for your family vehicle. Parts that you can install knowing you're getting the best for your family. Excelsior Racing. Quality parts, personalized service, affordable pricing, fast to you direct. Excelsior Racing. Online at excelsiorracing.com or call 502-909-2034.
And now, back to the guy that thinks McDreamy is Dave Darlin. It's the Photo Man and Dirty Dan.
And I know for a fact that he does think.
Yeah, that's my man.
All right, another hour has flown by this week. Do you believe it?
Man, they go by so quick.
They do. I think we need to turn this into a 2-hour show. That's what I think. Want to recap some things here and let everybody know out there. Remember, the Dirt Dog Gear prize vault combination this week is 9828. 9828. Look for the YouTube link for the show this week, and in that comment thread, enter 9828 as the combination to the vault. And you'll be put on the list. All the correct winners will draw a random name for a winner of a $25 Dirt Dog gift certificate. Photo Man, talk to me, man. The floor is yours.
Wow, another show is come and gone, and here we are right on the doorstep of the USAC season opener. I mean, it's awesome. Weather's great. Looking forward to it. Lots of cars. Looking to see how things shake out.
I'm looking forward to it myself. And I forgot, I want to throw it out there, the pay-per-view information. You can find it over on the USAC Unleashed radio show Facebook page for the Ocala races this week on USAC TV or from the USAC Racing website. But there is pay-per-view options out there, and it's pretty cheap, man. Even if you're a non-member, I think it's like $40 for 3 nights of racing. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, make sure if you can't be down here in Florida with the rest of us in the sunshine and you're back home sitting in the snow, what better way to get on and check out some USAC sprint cars?
Hey, Bob, producer man behind the board, I understand you have a new show launching on the Performance Motorsports Network that you're promoting right now.
As a matter of fact, we do. It's called Over the Wall. It's a in-depth look at the Pirelli World Challenge, which is a sports car series. It is probably one of the most famous, unheard of sports car series out there. It's absolutely amazing. It's sanctioned by the Sports Car Club of America, which is the largest sports car organization in the world, and these are all pro drivers and pro teams, but it's a little different. There are 4 classes, and you can find everything from the Econobox sedans that you see out on the street every day to the Full Tilt Boogie GT cars. So it's really very cool, and we'll be telling you more about that show as it develops. We also will be carrying the entire Pirelli World Challenge series, both the Saturday and Sunday races this year, all season long, right here on PMN.
That'll work, and I know that I had a conversation with a track today, and USAC Unleashed is working on plans to go live with a radio broadcast on the Performance Motorsports Network later this season, so look for information on that. Other than that, go to the Performance Motorsport, www.performancemotorsportsnetwork.com. Check out all the listings for the show times, all the other great shows, all the mobile listening apps, all the cool stuff there. Come over to the Facebook page, USAC Unleashed Radio Show. Join us. We're all the time giving away stuff and things like that. Thank you to our sponsors, Shell Shock Helmets, Pro Glide Coatings, and Walker Race Promotions. Dirt Dog TV, you rock. And we will catch you next week for another episode of USAC Unleashed.
USAC Unleashed is a copyrighted production of PerformanceMotorsportsNetwork.com, a member of the Scorpion Radio Group, Inc., and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of PMN. Check out our Facebook page, USAC Unleashed Radio Show, or our section on the PMN website. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and ownership of either PMN or Scorpion Radio Group, Inc. Be listening next week as we rev it up with USAC Unleashed, exclusively on the Performance Motorsports Network.